Good morning, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Monday, June 12th. My name is Grace. I'm here at the Comfy Nest with Grace, and I'm coming to you live for Craft Round the Clock group. That's a free group that you can join to see crafting round the clock, Monday through Friday for sure, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday. Basically, from like 6 a.m. till after 10 p.m., you'll find crafters there. So please feel free to join that group. Um, just search Craft Round the Clock on Facebook and you'll find it. So let me see if I can just make sure that this is working. I see Dana. Dana, you're the first one here to say good morning. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for being here. And Christina's here. And Rita. Oh boy, look at everybody floating in here. I love it. Happy morning, early risers. I don't usually go live this early, but listen, this is the way it worked out. I did not have a slot as a hostess in the Craft Round the Clock group this week. And yesterday, I thought I would love to have a time to hang out with you guys. So I checked yesterday this today's schedule, and somebody must have canceled because there were no spots available this week, but I was able to snag this spot. So to whoever canceled, I hope you're doing well. It's not for any sicknesses or anything like that, but I'm happy to have a spot here with you guys this morning. So if you're coming from Craft Round the Clock group, I would love to know that. Please let us know. Happy morning, Diane. Thanks for the enthusiastic morning greeting. Rita, thanks for fluffing the nest. I appreciate you. Janet's here from Oregon. Happy Monday, my friend. You guys are awesome. Look at you're all early, like the early risers who are just ready to rock and roll. The early crafty chicks ready to rock and roll. There's Tracy. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Hope you're doing well. We're going to be covering some books today. So I have our local library. Hi, Kim. Our local library does a great job with they work with a nonprofit called AAUW, which is American. What is it? Let's see. American Association of University Women, and they do a fundraiser a couple of times a year to sell the books that have come out of circulation at the library. So I picked them up, and then I love to make journals out of them. And I'm so excited. I just released my first junk journal bundle for those of you who love to junk journal, and it sold out already. So I'm making a second bundle to make available in the store. If you love to junk journal, but you don't have a huge collection of books and maps and papers to choose from to put in your books, check out my site because I'm going to be offering these junk journal bundles on the regular now. Hey, Dana, how are you? Vicki says a storm is coming through. Anita's getting ready for work. I love that I get just a few minutes of your time. So thank you. Thank you. Oh, Debbie says I'm up early, but not ready for rocking and rolling. Girls, I have to tell you, I'm a slow start in the morning. I'm like third cup here. I got up at 5 for my 7:30 live to make sure that I was raring to go. Otherwise, for the first hour, I'm just groggy and tired. I guess that means I'm not a morning person, but I'm excited to be here with you. Got up nice and early so I could be ready and prepared. We're going to create. Mary says, I bought that bundle and it's amazing. I have the one left of the junk journal bundle that is mine that I'll be using live to show you guys how to use these bundles. But if you're creating like I did here. So the last couple of weeks, we took apart a book, a library book, and used the cover. You guys, it turned out beautifully. This is the Twisted Paper Studio book. And we have sewn in three different signatures of pages. And these pages are made up of Twisted Paper Studio papers and just my own collection. I even have some burlap in there, but like this was in junk journal number 1. You got doilies in junk journal number 1. You got some coffee for the bundle. You got some coffee stained papers. So in the bundle is lots of things that you can put in your books if you don't have a huge collection to choose from. So I'm so excited that's a new offering here, and I'm super excited about it. Dana said I was up at 5 also. That's early, friend. It's early. Oh, Missy got up early just for me. Missy, thank you. Thank you, my friend. You're so sweet. All right, let's get this other camera up and running because I'm going to have you here on my desk. so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to switch it over. Thank you to StreamYard for letting me do that. Okay, so here are the books that will eventually get covered. And I've chosen for those books some rice papers from my shop. So wait till you see these. One of them is kind of steampunk. One of them I'm going to be using some fairies on. Oh, it's hard to see the fairies because it's so translucent. I'm going to be using some fairies. And then the third one, I'm going to use this fantastic, bold, brilliant lady with her yellow fingernails. Isn't she great? So she's going to go on the cover of one of those books. And my goal is to have these books available to purchase from my site so that those of you who don't have books, you'll get one. It'll be covered. You can either turn it into a junk journal, or for those of you who are in the Craft Therapy Club, hang tight for those. Those could also be used as your napkin keepsake journal. So there we have it. Cheryl's doing laundry and watching me. She's been up for a while. Oh my goodness. Okay, this book has this little title on the front, and then the back is really beautiful. I would love to just cover it. I have this rice paper here that I'm going to cover with. Let me cut it, and then I'll show you each of these panels close up. I am going to cut this time. I don't normally I go for the torn edge look, but today I'm going to go for a cut. I think. I mean, we can always change our mind, right? We're going to cut these out. I'll show them to you. They're really pretty. These are from the Old to Ooh La La Belle Views. That's the name of this rice paper that you can find on my website. Should you choose. Who's new to junk journaling, bookmaking, altered books, that kind of crafting? I started out with the regular wood crafts. I did quilting and scrapbooking all at the same time about 20 years ago. And I would do lots of like Dollar Tree crafts and wood crafts, and then I moved to painting on canvases, but I ran out of room in my house, to be honest with you. So I made the switch over to creating in books, and I don't regret it one bit. I love to have my art journals with my creative stuff in it. I love to have altered books that you can not only put artwork in, but you can really put envelopes and pockets and tuck spots so that you can keep it as a keepsake or an actual, like a journal or a spiritual prayer journal. You can use these books however you want, but I love just creating the books. It's like my form of craft therapy. It's my favorite, I think. Shonda says, I've been wanting to dive into junk journaling. I love them. I love them too. You are a good company friend. Make sure you follow the page. If you can get on the Telegram channel. I mean, I will show you all kinds of ways to use old, and I really do love using, like, recycling old books rather than seeing them getting thrown out, and using what we have on hand, hence the junk journaling. I really, really love it. Okay, here's the first panel. It's a little window, and you can see the Eiffel Tower in the middle there. Isn't that cute? It's like someone's on vacation and they're looking out at the Eiffel Tower. And then this one is the one I'm going to put on the front. It's like a little flower shop boutique storefront with the door saying open. So I'm going to put that one on the front, this one on the back. So it's pretty on both sides. But the thing is, I want to cover this binding because it has wording on it. Can you see that? Foiled wording. So I want to cover that. So I'm going to cover that with fabric. So this is the prep work. And before I put my rice paper on the book itself, what I want to do is I want to cover that up with a little bit of paint. You guys, I'm going to move you just a tish closer. Hang tight. We're doing a little camera adjustment. It's going to get wonky here for a second. I have to move my table forward. Oh, I got to move my light out of the way. I always told you guys, listen, when you're a one-woman show, you are cameras. You are the audio crew. You are the creator. You're the person, you're the moderator checking on everybody and saying hello. Hey, Denise, good morning. Thanks for fluffing the nest. You the best friend. You the best. Okay. That's a little better. You can see a little better. So I want to cover up the wording. Okay. So I've got the closest paint that I have on hand, the closest paint color, but it's just a soft white. And I'm going to put that over that Simple Truth so that we don't see that poking through. I mean, it's actually kind of fun to have that stuff poking through on your books. If you like the look of that, you could even cover this with like music paper and then put down your rice paper, but I think I'm just going to go with the plain old paint so that the rice paper shows up really well. You guys, I think I see a stink bug. I think I see one. Do you guys see that? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me seeing it. Oh boy. If it gets wacky, you guys, you tell me, okay? So we can deal with that. We can deal with it. Bored. I think what happens is young people just get bored. And I always say, go get a job, man. Stop harassing people. You got too much time on your hand. If you are floating around social media, harassing people in the comments, come on now. You were meant for more than that in life. Weren't we all? I mean, come on. If that were my kid, I'd be all over that. It's so funny. My son is trying to work out some summer jobs and he's communicating with somebody by text to try to set up a meeting for one of the summer jobs. And my son's very busy. He just got back from a week away for wrestling camp. It is really hard for active high schoolers to get and keep jobs where they rely on you weekly, because he's an athlete, so he has several camps. He goes next week for a wrestling camp, and then I think 2 weeks after that for a football camp, or it's football camp first and then another wrestling camp. It's hard to keep track of them, to be honest with you. So he's chit-chatting with this woman who wants to hire him to help with social media stuff, which is a perfect job for a kid because they can fit it in whenever they can fit it in. They just got to be disciplined enough to get up in the morning and get their stuff done, which my child is. Thank the Lord. But anyway, he was chatting with this woman and I was kind of giving him the beans. I was like, kid, you got to handle this right. I mean, if you want the work, you got to handle this really well. You can't the way he was talking to her, I'm like, come on now, this is supposed to be a job, so you got to be real professional and you got to take it seriously if you want to be taken seriously. So I say to all those little fairies out there bothering us in the comments, go get a job. Find something better to do with your time. Come on now. Come on now. See, you guys can't see what he's saying. He's over on. I'm live on both YouTube and on Facebook, and he's harassing me over on YouTube. So we'll take care of that later. It's nothing bad yet. Good morning, Connie's Crafty Creation in Tennessee. So all I did was I covered both the front panel and the back panel with a little bit of this creamy color to get the words to kind of blend off into the background. That's all I did there. All right. Then we're going to do some covering. Good morning. Hello, Diana. How is everybody? What are you guys up to this week? Who's creating and what are you working on? What are you working on right now? I really do I have all my plastic bins. If you've been around here, you see I have my plastic bins where I keep particular projects in, and I label every plastic bin so that it has the title of the project, because I like to have multiple projects going at one time, and they're generally books of some sort, because I like to switch it off. I think it's part of the reason I stopped quilting too, is because I always felt like I had to finish one quilt before I could start another, and I would get bored of the project. I'd be like, oh my gosh, quilting is very I say tedious, but not in a bad way if you enjoy it, right? If you enjoy the real specific and small work of doing a quilt. I didn't enjoy it. I like to have more variety, and I felt like I could only do one quilt at a time. This guy just said, I lost my number. Can I have yours? Oh, good gravy. Oh, good gravy. Get over yourself. Denise says, my little granddaughter is spending the week with me, and right now we are waiting for the groomer to open up. Oh, puppy's getting pretty. Okay, we're ready here. So what I do want to do is cover the spine. As much as I love that color, I don't want the title of the book showing. So I went through a bunch of scraps of paper, fabric. I grabbed a bunch of scraps of fabric that I thought would match the papers, these papers, and these were just too busy. They were just too busy. So I went with a really super This is from my quilting days. These are old pieces of fabric. Really simple green, and it looks like it has some florals in the background of variegated colors. So I'm going to cover this, part of this. Let's see how much we could do. What do we want to do here? I don't want to cover the whole thing. I am going to put the paper panel right over this. So what if I just did same as here? See how that tan wraps around the binding? What if I did that, but did it a little longer? Like just a little bigger. I have this big scrap I could use up. It would add a bunch of color to it. So let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. I am just going to, my fancy way of cutting, I really like the torn edges. So I rip my fabric because I want this really frayed edge. I think it's just really pretty. So let's see if hopefully I did this right because it's the only, or the right size because it's the only one I have. Yeah. Yep. And then I'm going to tear a little piece off the other side so it matches in terms of, well, it kind of has the frayed edge. Oh, Dawn, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry about that. I hate, it's kind of interesting to hear you say, I tried junk. She says, I tried junk journaling once. It wasn't my thing. It went in the trash. Her junk journal went in the trash. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Am I the only one who thinks that's funny? Okay, I'm actually going to try to tear all edges so that I have nice frayed edges on all of them. I get so much pleasure and like satisfaction going to like my bin of supplies, because you know, as crafters, we got a lot of supplies, friends. We got lots of them. I have so much fabric from leftover from the days of my quilting and fabric crafting. I have so much paper from scrapbooking days that I love to be able to use this stuff up rather than buying a whole lot of new stuff. I love to use what I got. And so junk journaling just fits that bill. Okay, it's getting better. I have that big crease, but I'm not even going to iron it. I know that my matte gel medium will take care of that for me. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough fabric on all edges here. When I do this, I slit it with the scissor and then I tear. It has to be, from my experience, you can't just do a sliver. It has to be at least like a 1/4 inch. Oh, this one might not even let me do it. Yeah, it won't let me do it. Or like a 1/3 of an inch. It's really hard to get that torn edge with just a sliver of a piece of fabric. You really see, you just can't. And it depends on what grain it's on because the fabric is woven together in a way that, you know, that you want to tear with the grain of the fabric, but you can't always do that. All right. Might be a little wonky, but I like things. I like using up what I have. And so sometimes wonky comes with the territory because I want to use up the scrap that I have. It just brings me so much joy. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now I just have to get the height right. And I'm trying, it is hard because you're trying to tear it at exactly the right spot. But with tearing, it's not super precise. It's not super precise. It's pretty darn good, but it's not like uber precise as though you used a cutter on your cutting mat with measurements. But that is what gets me excited is, okay, look at this piece of fabric that I had, this scrap of fabric, and I'm going to use it and just add some prettiness to this book. Okay, I'm going to use this to glue it in. It's Liquitex Matte Gel Medium. I use a ton of this. I buy it by the gallon. I actually sell samples on my site if you've never used it before. It is phenomenal for gluing down anything heavy like metals and fabrics and things like that. So I'm going to put a nice, oh gosh, I hope I have enough of this. Do I have another bottle close by? My gallon is in my office, so I'll refill from my gallon. But if I don't, I have other brands of matte gel medium here. The one I use most often is Liquitex though. Maybe they can be for whatever you want them to be. So those of you who are junk journalers already, let's answer Mimi's question together. I just put it up on the screen. So go ahead and read that. I'll read it out loud to you here in a second. Let me just get my focus on my matte gel medium application. So Mimi says, I have a question. I honestly have no idea what a junk journal is for. Yours is so beautiful, and I think I want to try it. How are you guys using your junk journals? How are you using them? I would love to know. If you journal daily, Mimi, they can be used for daily journaling. You would just want to create them so that the papers on the inside, that when you create the book, you want to create them so that the papers inside the journal are good for writing on, right? If you're a daily journaler, or if you prayer journal, like you read your prayers and you like to write as you're reading. I, time to time, take a journal with me to church when I go to mass, so that I can write down anything that really strikes me that day, at the mass, whether it be a song or a prayer or the homily, the priests chat with us during the mass. So I like to use it one that way. But you can use them, other ideas that I have. And you guys, I am writing a book on Junk Journaling 101 that you'll be able to grab and read. And it touches on all the aspects of what junk journaling is and why we do it, and resources for junk journaling. Because this is such a common question. So thank you for asking it, Miss Mimi. I'm just putting the glue down, and then I'm pressing my fabric into that glue. And the glue, this matte gel medium is real, it doesn't dry right away. So I have time. If I need to pull the fabric down, like it needs to come down a little lower, I can pull it in that direction and really maneuver it. And at the same time, I want to make sure it's nice and flat and it adheres to all the grooves of the book, because, around the binding, you have that little groove right there, that little indent. So I'm going just right now underneath the fabric to glue it down. And then when I'm done with that, I can also go over the fabric, and it gives it a really nice finish for a book cover. So this one, and then I probably, once I got the paper down, I'm probably going to top coat the whole thing with some Mod Podge as my top coat. But right now I'm just trying to glue stuff down. And I really like the workability of, so I'm running my finger in that groove right there. See the difference between here and up here? You want that groove to really show, and you want that fabric to sit in there nicely. And then I'm just maneuvering the fabric, because you have a little wiggle room there to get it to go exactly where I want it to, and to lay it flat. It's just so easy to work with. I'm going to put a little more, because of course I missed up here. I can tell. All right. So we're going to put our little pretty rice paper panels right over this. But so far we got the fabric down. I'm just going to work with it a little more to make sure everything's where it needs to be. So let's see some of the comments to Mimi's question. Hey, crafty queens. Chris, she says, it sounds so awesome. Why, thank you, Miss Chris. Donna Blake, she's first time watching here. Thanks for joining us here. I call all the ladies here who hang out with me the Crafty Chicks. So welcome to the Crafty Chicks community. Happy Monday, Miss Melissa. Let's see. Did anybody answer her question? The question, let me see if I can get it back up there again. Where is your question, Mimi? There it is. Okay. You need that kind of book? I love these pretty books. Melissa says she has a group of women that she meets with that are sassy, snarky, and extremely sarcastic. It's a book of snarkasms. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Let's see. Hello in Northern Ireland, whoever's visiting from Northern Ireland, Miss Anne. Okay, Katana answers, I leave a place to write with the papers and I use stickers and lace and papers and all kinds of stuff. You'll love it. Made one out of a bromine box and loved it. Yeah, we make them out of food boxes all the time here. The pancake box that we get, I have a box of muffin mix. It's like a cake / muffin mix, banana mix that we use all the time in our house. That makes a great junk journal cover. And it's inexpensive because you're using stuff you already have, both in your home and in your craft space that you've already collected, to create pretty things. The book itself to me is a pure joy to create, but then you can use it however you want, which is so fun. You can gift it to somebody. I like using them for travel journals. Like I'm taking a week-long vacation, family reunion for my family, some family I haven't seen in 3 years, 2 years. So we're taking a vacation together. I do like a travel journal where you write daily what you did that day, who you were with, because I don't, the pictures say some parts of it, and then I can glue the pictures in or put them in the book in a folder. So the pictures say some of it, but I like to have a little handwritten notes to myself to remind myself what we did during that trip. Hey, Miss Amanda, thanks for visiting. I haven't seen you in so long, Miss Amanda Schmidt. Good morning, Lori. Hi, Terry Joe from Kentucky. It's your first time here. Thanks for being here. Cheryl says she's working on one now. Yay. What are you using, Miss Cheryl? I think your comment got cut off there, but what are you using? Okay. For now, I've got this completely glued down, and the goal right now is to glue down all the pretty parts. So painted, and now we're going to glue down our pretty decorative panels that are rice paper. Okay, and I want the boutique on the front, and then I'm going to put, I got to cut this down a little further, and then I'm going to put the window on the back of this book. I have a little white on the top that I don't want. I don't want it framed out in white at all. Okay, there, I got it. So this is going to go here. And you can embellish however you want. In fact, I'm actually considering adding more to this. I wanted to see how it looked once we got these things down. Matte gel medium, I already have it on my brush and I already, I'm already working with it. So I'm just going to use the matte gel medium to glue down the paper. It can handle even metal embellishments, this gel medium, but it's heftier than I need. I could just use regular Mod Podge or my other decoupage mediums. But since I already have this out, I'm just going to use it. And then, like I said, once I have it all designed, the outside of this book, I'm going to top coat the whole thing with Mod Podge so that it's really securely in place. So right now what matters to me is placement. I want to leave a little room. I might add another embellishment to this later, but I'm not sure. So I want to give myself the option. Got to make sure I hit my edges. If you want to spend more time, if this really intrigues you and you want to learn more about it, please consider joining the membership group, because that's where I teach real specifically, and I'll give you a closer screenshot of what I'm doing so that you can literally see everything that I'm doing, and I talk you through every single step so that there are no questions or doubt about how to put something like this together, and we do all kinds of projects in there. So far, so good. Isn't that pretty? So I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I haven't decided yet about putting stuff, in other places on this. I kind of like to make my mind up as I go. I have a general idea and I'll gather my supplies and then I figure it out as I go. I want to open this so that I can see that I'm horizontally level. You don't have to be, but kind of want to try to be horizontally level. I love that you guys are all saying good morning to each other. Good morning, Miss Vivian. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Yay! Gail says, my 12-year-old granddaughter and her friend are coming to visit for a few days. We will be making our first junk journals. Whoop, whoop. Yay, girl. Get it. Get it. Get it. It's so exciting. I'm a little wonky right here. Speaking of, get it. We better straighten out our paper. There we go. All right. So here we go in with the glue again. I got a lot of it. We're not messing around. Diane loves junk journaling, and she says, I've learned so much from you. Oh, yay. I'm so happy to hear that. More than anything, I love to encourage and inspire you guys to create as often as you can. Daily is ideal, but I don't even hit that mark. My membership group is called the Craft Therapy Club because I find so much joy and relaxation from creating. And I know most people do. That's why we have it as a hobby, is because we love it and we enjoy it and it brings us happiness in our heart. And we need a lot of that in life lately, don't we? I mean, all the time, but lately. I need a good distraction every once in a while. So to be able to come in your craft space and create is amazing. But when you can do it with the fellowship of a group who are all sharing the same project that's been planned out for you, that's being taught to you. We have like a little craft it challenge every month where I do giveaways for folks who are actively participating in the group. We just finished a napkin swap and we'll gear up for another swap this summer. Those are totally optional. We do secret sister swaps in the group. So it's a really great way to create on a regular basis with fellowship and encouragement and inspiration all in one place. Plus discounts and perks and benefits. Like all the people in the membership club get a constant discount whenever they shop in my store. So that's nice if you're like trying to pick up a junk journal bundle, or I'm going to be selling these books on the site soon. So if you want to purchase one, you get a nice little discount. Okay, I got some extra glue out of there. That was unintended. I did put a good chunk of glue. The card, this is just an old card that we forgot to hand in at the Comfort Inn. It's a room key card, but it really does help you get a smooth application there. Okay, now this stuff, one of the reasons I love this stuff is because when it dries, I can see I went over on glue a little bit, and I can see it because it's wet. I'm going to wipe off the excess, but when it dries completely clear. You cannot see it. You literally cannot see it. Unlike where if I were to even use matte Mod Podge underneath, and then I went over a little where I needed it, anywhere I went over, you're going to see, because it's still, even though it says it's matte, it's not truly matte. It has like almost a very soft satin luster to it, where this is completely matte. So when you want it to be completely invisible on your project, you can always make it glossy later, but if you want the glue application to be invisible, that's what you would do. So I would like to do, this is still a little wet, so I'm going to put it like this. I want to make it a little more fancy. So I'm trying to think of a way, like, what can I add to the front? I have some metal embellishments. I have some cool things that we could add to the front. Let me do a time check. So let's see. I was on at 7:30, so I have another 15 minutes, which is great. Christina says, I've been coffee staining everything. I love, love, love the look. Me too. I do love that look. Absolutely. Oh, I love that you guys are all saying good morning to each other. There's my friend Dina, who also loves to create books and journals of sorts. She loves it. Dina was a scrapbooker back in the day, like me. And we've been having a lot of fun lately I've been creating with books for a while, but I think Dina's getting back into it and really discovering her love for it. So Dina, welcome. Good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Who else is here? Let's see. Melissa says, I did one for each, because it's such great ideas. I did one for my kids, my son's girlfriends, with pictures of our Christmas. Yeah, they can be used as scrapbooks, as photo books. They can be used as a way to write. My brother loves to cook, and he doesn't really use recipes, but he combines things together to make his own meals. And if he really falls in love with a certain way that something turned out, he could use the book to write down exactly what he used in it so that he doesn't forget for next time. Thank you, Cheryl. You're so sweet to say that. I appreciate you so much. Oh, Missy too. You guys are the best. Thank you, my crafty chicks. These are my regular crafty chicks, members of the Craft Therapy Club. Tamara says, it's amazing. You're amazing, Miss Tamara. I think the people in the group is what makes it so incredibly amazing, because, it really is so sweet and encouraging in there. We do birthday shout outs, and nothing makes me more happy to see somebody share their project and then have everybody else comment and ooh and ah and encourage and just get excited over it. Like, we inspire each other in the group. I'm looking for those metal clips for here they are. Let's see about adding some of these maybe. I would like for it to be a little more, it's feeling really plain to me. And I was thinking about maybe adding more fabric, but then again, let me just cut this little, it's coming off at a weird place. little, I love the fringe. I do love it to be a little scrappy and fringy. Like, I love that this isn't cut completely straight because we're using things that we already have on hand. So that's good. But maybe it would benefit from like putting on these little, do I do gold or rose gold would be really pretty. I think I haven't used the rose gold ones yet. That would make them extra special. Faux show. Missy, it is a great group. Yeah, it is a great group. And I honestly, it's like anything else in life. It's like your gym membership. The more you use it, the more you benefit from it. You know, it's one thing to join, but it really is pretty special when you can be active in there and like commenting and getting to know the other girls. The Secret Sister Swaps are great for that. They're completely optional, but they're really a great way to get to know the other girls in the group. Good morning, Miss Nancy. Hello, hello. Thanks for being here. I would love to know if you are coming in from the Craft Round the Clock group, if you're finding me from there. I would love to know that. If you're here from YouTube, because I'm streaming on YouTube too, other than that, dude, please let me know that you're here. Would love to hear from you. If you are catching the replay, you are all equally welcome. You are. I love to know that you're here. And I love that you guys are chatting in the comments. Okay, I'm going to go this way and grab one of my bins with some of my treasures in it. So I got one of my bins here. I want to look for, I just bought a bunch of metal embellishments from the Tim Holtz collection. These, wouldn't one of these be cute on there? Let's try it. And I actually could string on some ribbon because it has, one says use your wings, lost and found, they go in different ways, full of wonder, and live your story. I want the live your story. And the reason I grabbed this next, I didn't want to put the corners on. If I do them, I didn't want to put these on until I could make sure that I had ones that matched. And I do. These ones match the Tim Holtz little metal things. It's like a little metal plate. Oh, it just went over the back of the desk. But it matches. So those two match. So I could use both of these. And this could be really cute right here. I think I'm going to use, let's see. So I have this, again, it's about using what you got. I have that here. Maybe what I'll do is try to get a skinnier piece. This has holes on either side. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to try to string this through. And if this, I mean, I can make it more fancy and use like a satin ribbon or something, but I'm just trying to use what's in front of me. I really do get pretty cheesed about doing that. Hey, Cynthia. Good morning in Southern California. I love that people from all over the country are here. Isn't that so fun? I mean, where else are you going to have morning coffee with crafty chicks from all over the country and the world? I think we had someone here from Ireland. Yeah, like we could do something really cute with this, with that ribbon hanging out and it matches. I might do a little pretty tie on the end if I can get it through there. Good morning, Anita. Hey, my friend Kim in New Jersey. How are you? How are you, Kim Jenkins? It's good to see it that you're here. You're up early too. Well, what time is it there? It's 9. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good time to be up and about. Yeah, I'm going to try. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do this. How am I going to do this? I would love to tie a knot in this and get it close to the end. I don't need to, but I think it would be kind of decorative. Let's see if Gracie's fingers, sometimes I feel like I'm not very agile with my hands. Hence, we usually have some tweezers close by. I don't really have nails to get in there and grab at stuff. Uh-oh, did I just lose the end completely? Nope, we got it. Okay, we're going to try. I want to try to put a knot kind of close to the end. I don't know why. I just think it would be cool. Got a little knot there, and then I'll cut off. Nah, maybe not. Do you ever have a good idea and then do it and go, what was I thinking? Let's just not. No pun intended. Oh, Lord, I might have had too much coffee this morning. Let's just not with the knot because this knot is not working. Girls, I don't want to go on Facebook behind bars because I'm saying one word over and over again. It's not a bad word, but you never know with this place. You just never know what you're going to get. You just never know. Okay, let's just leave it not knotted. Scrappy fabric coming through. And this one got twisted, so I am like literally trying to be fussy about it and twist it the other way. How and why did you twist up on me? Like, it's because I knotted it. I know what to do. Just pull it through further, Gracie. Outsmart the fabrics. Okay. We're just going to cut this. It's so cute. Then it has just a little bit of scrappy fabric, same color as what we got going on here. Now, this is where my matte gel medium does wonders. I will use it to secure this down. It will be completely invisible glue. I'm going to secure this down here. And if I want to use the little decorative corners, I better figure that out too. I do. Diana, I crack myself up. I'm like my own one woman little comedy show here. You guys, it matches pretty well. They match really well. All right, let's put these on. Hang tight. Tools commence. You don't need this. You can finger press, but I have this little flat thing. I don't know why. I can't remember what I bought it for. Use up what you got. All right, we're putting corners on because I think they're going to be lovely. I'll show you. So and actually, I usually do put a little glue in here, but I usually just clamp them. You can just clamp them on, but if you really want to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere, I'm going to take a little Fabrifix and just put it against the edges that hit the book. So I'll we have 3 minutes. I'll get these two corners on so you can see them. And then I'm going to use the matte gel medium to secure my little metal placard on there. This book is going to be for sale in my shop. I'm going to start a new section in the shop for junk journal supplies. I think that's how I'm going to organize it. But you'll see these books start appearing in the shop. And, I'm a one-woman show. I do all the, the back end website stuff to get stuff listed in the shop. And I do the bookkeeping, and I do the creating, and I do the marketing and the lights and the audio. You know how it is. So they'll come out slowly. It's not like I'm not Target. I'm not going to be able to put 300 of these on site today. I'll have this one done, and the one will be on the shop, and then I'll add more as I get them created. But see what those they just add a little extra durability to your corners. If you're rough with things, or if this is going to be your travel book, so you're going to be throwing it in and out of your backpack as you're doing your hiking or whatever. They just add a little durability, but they're very pretty. And then we're going to glue this. I was going to put it here, but I think maybe it's too close to that metal. So let's make a quick decision and get this glued on. No, I am going to put it right down there on the line of the paper. And this gel, it's not a liquid, it's a gel, so I can really get it into both the fabric and the metal real easy. It's a nice product to have on hand. It's kind of pricey. So if you're not sure if you want to invest in it, but you think it could be helpful, I do sell a $2 sample on my site. And actually, it's a 1 ounce sample, but it will last you a long time, ladies, if you're not using a ton of this stuff. If you just need it for the every once in a while metal embellishment, and to be sure that your glues aren't seen, that they're completely invisible. Look at how cute that is. Look at how cute that is, you guys. So it has a little bit of texture to it. I've got the Live Your Story there. So this will be the front of the book. I'll put 2 metal things on the corners of the back of the book. I will top coat the whole darn thing so that it's nice and in place. And then this will be going in the store. Yeah, all those extra details, they make such a big difference. Absolutely. So if you have any questions, Cynthia, that comment makes my heart so happy. Thank you for saying that. You guys, when you share your comments, when you say hello, when you answer questions for other people and you greet the other crafty chicks, when you say kind things like that, loving things like that, Cynthia, thank you for that. Thank you to all of you, because you know what? Don't we all just need a little bit of that positive boost in our day? When you don't, like, as a mom, I don't get a lot of that all the time from my boys in my house. So from one, at-home mama to all of you guys out there. Thank you for saying that to me. Thank you for being kind and commenting to each other and just being present in a positive way. It means the world to me. And I'm sure it does to the other crafty chicks. Yeah, for this book, I left the pages in. We are starting a new, I don't want to say trend, a new thing inside the Craft Therapy Club where we're going to be keepsake journaling with our napkins. And so these are going to be perfect for that. But you can also, you could tear all the pages out too, Vivian, if you wanted to make your own, put your own pages in like I did with this book. You could do that as well. You could use it however you want. You can use it however you want. Hello, Janice, Georgia in the house. Thanks for being here. We're just finishing up. Hi from Vermont, my good friend Lois. It's the truth, girl, right, Cynthia? Right? We all just need a little positive in our day. So let me leave you with that. It is 8:15. So my 45-minute segment with Craft Around the Clock is up. Just thank you for hanging out with me and listening to me chat on and have coffee. I appreciate every single one of you, whether you're here from Facebook or YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. In the Craft Around the Clock group, there will be somebody right after me and every 45 minutes throughout the day. So if you haven't joined that group, go and do that. It's a really fun group to belong to. It's free, totally optional. You don't have to. You guys have a beautiful, blessed day. Go make something pretty that brings your heart joy. Thanks for being here with me. Well, I just did that.